Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the dog. So welcome back, my puppy pals. How are we doing this week? Let's find out, shall we, as we stumble and shuffle the cards. I would like to bring to your attention, in the description, there is a video or a link to a video. There is a introduction to the channel. It's a new introduction, so if you haven't seen that already, then please do check that out if it interests you. And there is also a link down there for a Patreon where you can sign up for monthly readings, and they are more in-depth, more personal, and a lot longer than these ones on YouTube. And the proceeds of that will go to creating and illustrating and producing my own Chinese Zodiac deck. So if there is any interest to support that, then please do go and check that out and subscribe to that. And if not, at the very least, hit that subscribe button for YouTube. That would be fantastic and show support over here on the channel. Let's stop. Oh. Dropping them all over the place. You wouldn't believe that I've been doing this over a year. Well, maybe you would, but I do this with my eyes closed, though. Let's stop about there. I'm going to take that one from the bottom, take that one from the middle, take that one from the top. What have we got? Okay, 3 whites there. We have got a very good looking spread there, haven't we? Those nice whites in the positive. And I would like to say that white isn't always all right, and we could probably use that in some sense, but we can also have a bit of optimism because, let's face it, they are all positive. So let's just see the compatibilities. The monkey and the dog. Not a massive compatibility issue at all. There's no real conflicts or challenges or clashes between the monkey and the dog. So this is quite a good card for a dog person. That monkey, of course, is a doer card, and it is a self-care card. And what you've been doing recently, I think, is looking after yourself. You've been looking after you. You've been feeling good about yourself. And this is a good thing. This has put you in a good place. You're feeling confident. You're feeling more yourself. You're feeling a little bit more focus orientated, maybe, where you're now focusing on what it is you want to do, what you want to achieve, where you want to be, who you're going to become. You're focusing on this self-development and this self-care, this kind of self-respect that you're now getting, and it's helping your self-esteem. It's very self, the monkey card. And that's what this is for you. And this could be an unusual place for you as a dog, because you tend to be a people pleaser in some respects. And you like to try and help people, and you have sympathy for people, and people's sob stories and whatnot can influence you in some ways. You're very generous, you're a very compassionate person. So being a bit selfish might be a bit alien to you, but it's not a bad thing. Selfishness is portrayed as this horrible thing that we must never do, but it's funny how it's people's selfishness that will call out you being selfish, where they want your attention, or they want you to give them something, or they want you to stop holding on to what it is that you have. It's their selfishness that calls out you being selfish. Selfishness is not a bad thing if it's done with good intentions, and then those good intentions are self-care. Being self-orientated for a while and helping you heal, helping you grow, helping you build yourself back up is not a bad thing. So you're doing okay, my lovely dog friends. You're doing okay. However, there is a but. There is a but. The dragon is the conflict card of the dog. And although it's not in the negative, it's in the positive, it's still quite a ferocious card. And I think you may get called out for being in this place of self-care. I feel that conflict could potentially be waiting around the corner, and you could potentially be looking at some sort of clash. And I think it will be more of a communication problem, or more of a misunderstanding, where your selfishness again will call out other people who are essentially the selfish ones. Say, for example, that your self-care routine is you like to go for a run, and and you take an hour and a half out of your time to go for a run, and then somebody comes along and says, don't suppose you could give me a lift? And you're going to say, well, actually I can't during those times, because that's the time I go for my run. It's, for my fitness routine. I'm training to run a marathon, in a couple of months, so running is, it's really important to me. Oh yeah, but I really, really need that lift. And you got a car, could you give us a lift? You're like, no, I can't. You put your foot down on that. Self-care. No, not going to do it. And then they could potentially come round and bite you in the ass and say, well, that's selfish of you. You've got a car. You could have given me a lift. Well, is it selfish of you? Is it wrong of you to decline the lift when you already had things that you needed to do for you? I don't think it is. And I think that's why this dragon in this conflict circumstance is in that white, because you're not in the wrong to defend yourself. You're definitely not wrong for trying to look after yourself and better yourself, or to make yourself feel good. So I say it's more about misunderstandings than it is actual real conflicts. I think right now, where you are a realist at heart, and how you see things and how the world is, you need to trust yourself, because you know how real your feelings are, or how real your self-care or self-work is. So other people that may see a simple run or anything other, that you're doing for you, they may see that as, well, you're only going for a run. You're only doing that. You're not doing anything else. You're just doing that. Well, yeah, that's how they see it. But to you, completely different. Completely different. So you need to be loyal to that. I do feel you need to be loyal to that, because with integrity and persistence, I think you're going to push through this being the one that is in the right, being the one that is doing, running that marathon. And when it comes to running that marathon, that person is not going to be at the finish line when you cross it, but you are going to cross it. And that's going to be more important than giving them a lift to somewhere that you're not even invited. And there you are, being you, being that realist and standing up for who you are, and being the person that you were made to be, as corny as it sounds, because that's who it is. That's you. That's the selfishness quenching the fire of that dragon. You've got the monkey ally there, which is more than capable of keeping that dragon in check, and then you've got yourself here, which is more than capable of taking on that dragon. There's a reason the dragon and the dog are the conflicts, neither that they are conflicts together. It's because they will not back down. They will fight to the bitter end. That dog has courage. That monkey has that dragon as an ally. So we have the power here to control the conflict. And you will. And you'll be in control of it, because you'll know that what you're doing is right. What you're doing is not for selfishness, where you're trying to get something from someone, or you're trying to manipulate them or blackmail them, or to try and gain something from someone else. No, you're trying to gain this from yourself. Self-care. That's all it is. And those that need the self-care the most are going to fight those that are doing that self-care. It's those people that are fighting you on that. And it may not be going for a jog. It may not be that. It could be just not going out in general, because you want to stay at home and isolate yourself. Maybe you're introverted, you want to read your book, you want to chill out. Most dogs, high majority of dog people, will be more introverted than they will be extroverted. So maybe you'd rather just stay at home. Maybe you'd rather just be not going out. It could be a whole different scenario, a whole different set of scenarios where you could be perceived as selfish, but you're seen as selfish in a bad way when it's from somebody else. But from your perspective, that selfishness is self-care, and that is always a good thing, as long as there's no collateral damage or people that are put in the way to achieve that. But we'll find out how you get on with that, won't we, next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys born in the year of the dog. My next reading will be for those born in the year of the pig, so if you're interested in what those guys are up to, I will see you over there next. If not, no worries. I'll just see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.